September the 27th, pests and diseases. The end of summer sees a plethora of different colour changes developing across the landscape, and many are not just due to the breakdown of chlorophyll in leaves. A whole host of largely unknown and generally ignored invertebrates such as flies, bugs, beetles, weevils, and eelworms may be responsible, as well as many fungi, bacteria, and viruses. Leaves yellowing can be due to not enough magnesium or manganese in the soil. A lack of nitrogen can cause some leaves to go pale yellow and then develop some reds and purples. Deprived of potassium, leaves can even go blue-green and develop brown margins. Any streaking of yellow is generally attributed to viruses. Bronze leaves on hawthorn may be due to mites. Rust-coloured leaves on rhododendrons can be caused by lacebugs, and any silver-coloured leaves could merely be due to an irregular water supply. Spots and blotches on leaves are now everywhere this month. The most noticeable are the large black spots on sycamore leaves due to the star spot fungus. Tiny spots could be due to flea beetles, and brown spots could be due to capsid bugs. Capsid bugs look like aphids but are often larger, a brighter green, and move faster. Like all bugs, they have a beak with which they pierce the leaf, causing the initial spot, and then often introducing a virus as they do so. A variety of fungi, as well as the larvae of some flies, also cause spots. If the spots later develop into holes, this could be a case of shot hole, in which a bacterial canker is involved. If the leaves become mottled rather than spotted, leafhopper strips or viruses could be the culprits. Many other leaves have holes in them at this time of year, and to some extent the shape of the hole can give us a clue as to what caused it. The irregular shaped edges of holes where butterfly and moth larvae have been feeding are familiar to most of us. Rather more tattered holes are more typical of capsid bugs, and V-shaped holes are generally the work of weevils. Long holes are often seen on lily pads, and these are made by lily beetles. As autumn progresses, we see many more twisted, distorted, and shriveled leaves, not all of which will be due to changing weather conditions. Aphids, especially early in the year, are often responsible for twisted leaves. Any rolled rose leaves will have been created by sawflies, and any circular discs cut out of them will be the work of leafcutter bees. If a leaf is seen with its margins drawn together by silk threads, this may well be due to tortrix moth larvae. Any twisted leaves on willows and plane trees could be due to something more serious, anthracnose, a fungus disease. Any blisters seen on leaves can be caused by a variety of creatures, such as aphids, mites, rust fungi, and in some cases, just because the plant has absorbed water too quickly. Windfall fruits are also a magnet for attack, and not just by birds or wasps. Any larvae discovered in apples could be those of the codling moth, and any surface ribbon tunnelling on the outside is typically the work of sawfly larvae. A host of different fungi quickly colonize fallen fruit, especially moulds and scabs. It is not just fruit which fall prey to pests and diseases, but also the stems. Any streaking seen on stems could have been caused by eelworms, which are nematodes which just happen to move like eels. Fantastically deformed stems are often due to a genetic disorder called fasciation. On sycamore branches, you can often see small, unsightly, slightly woolly growths. These will be scale insects, which have a protective shell-like covering or scale. Underneath, they have strong beaks with which they pierce the tree and suck its sap. Other than eelworms, cutworms, and wireworms, also attack plants. Cutworms are often quite large surface caterpillars that feed on the base of plants at ground level during the night, often causing the plant to wilt. Wireworms are the shiny brown larvae of click beetles, which feed on roots and underground stems, which is why we see so little of them. Slugworms are quite different. They are the larvae of sawflies, which incidentally are more closely related to a wasp than a fly. They are often responsible for the attractive skeletonization of leaves, where the veins and midribs of the leaf are all that is left intact when the rest has all been eaten away. Many unseen fungi, as you might expect, attack plants at this time of year, most notably downy and powdery mildews, as well as grey and sooty moulds. Sclerotinia is one such mould which lives in the soil, rots the bottom of stems, and is also responsible for unsightly fluffy growths elsewhere. Other severe infestations that can cause death include dieback, which is recognized by the tip of a stem dying first and then the infection gradually progressing backwards down the stem. Ash dieback is now quite common in the London area. If a dead branch is seen with its dead leaves remaining attached to the stem, it is likely to be firebite, which is a bacterial disease. Cankers are among the most unsightly of all infections, with their associated lesions, abnormal growths, and exuding gums. They are caused by both fungi and bacteria. Some of the largest can be seen on London plane trees around Clapham Common. Farmers are now ploughing their fields, and the large flocks of gulls and crows we see following tractors are there to feed upon the vast number of invertebrates which are being exposed, many of which are undeservedly called pests.